Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And the most important thing in the entire crypto realm that happened today, funny enough, was Elon Musk's recent tweets. He has gone on a complete rant again over on Twitter to kind of bash Bitcoin, and people are really hating him for it. Now, yes, guys, if you are enjoying the daily crypto videos, make sure you press the like button to help out a little bit with the YouTube algorithm. And obviously, it'll be a good idea to subscribe so you're notified every time something new happens. Alright, so crypto went down about 10% or so is what the entire market shrunk. And I'm thinking, I don't think most people are, that Elon Musk is the main cause of all of this. Some people have been stating that the options expiry was it and some other speculational pieces, but no, I firmly believe it all has to do with Elon Musk in some way, shape, or form. Could Elon Musk have a bigger plan for Bitcoin though? A crypto observer analyzes. Now, let's quickly take a little bit of a look at what actually went down, because he's been ranting today a little bit, and there's a lot of things which got attention. So one of the things which he did was state, I know I said it would be over between us if you quoted another Linkin Park song, but I found someone else. And he says, so in the end, it didn't even matter. You know, the song from Linkin Park. And then Elon Musk said Bitcoin with a broken heart afterwards. And after that as well, there's a little fun picture of the girl saying, I miss you, and why are you crying? And then the guy says, I miss you too, while looking at a little, I guess, laptop screen with a girl in the left top and the charts fully red in the background then. So if you're just an audio listener, then you know. And Tyler says, oh, look at the live Tesla chart, because that's basically what's happening too. But, he basically quoted this and Bitcoin together, which a lot of people did not like at all. Why? Well, obviously, he is kind of bashing it, right? He also said Canada, USA, Mexico. If you take the first letters of those three, you get, you get something. And a lot of people actually start to buy Rocket, the crypto, mostly because of that little joke. And I am not sure, here you can see, if he is joking, if he has a bigger plan, or what. I'm starting to get really confused because, I mean, for example, Archilect posted a little picture of a TI-84, a little calculator with, little two dots, so to speak. And he also put fire on those. I mean, he's just trolling all about, right? Coinbase said, just going to leave this right here regarding Doge, and he said, nice. He is all over the place right now. And I'm to a certain degree assuming he is just completely memeing everybody. In a different sense, I'm just thinking he's just doing all of this for fun. Then again, there might be an entire team behind all these actions. It might be calculated, it might be thought out. I have no idea. It's just starting to really mess with my head because he is literally manipulating the market, even though he might not want to, or he might say that, well, it's just his own opinion and he's not the owner, so it's not security, fraud, or manipulation or anything like that. He is a big manipulator, and I'm still not sure now if I like it or not, which is kind of hypocritical because a couple of months ago I said it's really nice that he's here because it allows for a lot of people to make some crazy trades on Doge and whatnot. As time has moved on, I think he's doing more harm than good, and I've also seen that in the sentiment over on Twitter. The majority of the people, the crypto community, has turned from positive to negative on Elon Musk because he's just bashing it and just completely memeing. He's not an advocate anymore. He's not necessarily for one crypto. He's just joking too much, and it's too much, literally. Now, there was also some pieces of speculation about why would you sell if a rich guy, a billionaire, says some stuff about it, or on the other hand, why would you buy? I think it's a little bit more difficult than that. Anthony Pompliano put up, imagine selling your crypto because a rich guy said so, or said something about it. I would like to say he is one of the most influential people on this earth, so if he tells you something about a specific thing to invest in, people will take that. Specifically because he's one of the richest people on earth, and he has a really successful Tesla company as an example. Yeah, people will take his words for it. The same thing, however, would happen if Jeff Bezos were to go about things right now, or Mark Zuckerberg, or pick somebody. If they were to go completely ham on something, people would really take it quite hardly. And I mean, Mark Cuban or some low-end billionaires, I'm making it seem like billionaires are nothing. No, these low-end billionaires, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 billion, just at the bottom tier basically, they don't matter too much, where it's like, people will know, people will like, oh, okay, but they won't change their entire life because of it. If Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all those guys really say, hey, I'm buying this, or hey, something about that company, people will buy like crazy with all their fortunes because they really trust him. And because, well, why would you buy if a rich guy says so? Well, because he's rich, right? So you think he knows his stuff. Yeah, a lot of people are on this right now. The effect that Elon Musk's tweets have on Bitcoin markets is evidence that inexperienced and emotional traders are still dominant enough to cause this volatility by panic selling. That does make me wonder, though, in the end. I mean, why would he didn't actually say, hey, I'm selling my Bitcoin. He didn't actually say anything negative about it. He's just memeing around and tweeting, which is, I guess, more akin to what Anthony Pompliano said, that people just sell because a rich guy talks about it, not because he's actually selling it, or because, it's a strange situation, but it's something that you must know because it is happening right as we speak. Then, could Elon Musk have a bigger plan for Bitcoin? A crypto observer analyzes. A crypto observer believes Musk plans to use Bitcoin to get a lot of users into renewable energy. Tesla gets environmental credits from selling its zero-emission cars, of which some are sold to auto manufacturers who do not yet have zero-emission vehicles. One thing I've been thinking about is, what if Elon Musk's plan was to basically get a lot of attention for Bitcoin and then bash it because of its energy to, help Tesla and everything that Tesla's been doing and Elon Musk stands for in terms of carbon net zero, which obviously is what Ripple is doing too. So in some way, shape, or form, XRP/Ripple would be a really good match for Tesla/Elon Musk. Because if you think about it, energy friendly, very much so, but also a really big debacle/debate with the SEC, where they respect the US legal system, but do not respect the SEC. They're kind of on the same page on some degree, which I think is kind of interesting. He's never really spoken out on that one. Croissant put it, but this is where things get even more interesting. Allow me to introduce you to the next character in the story named ARK Invest. ARK Invest is the top shareholder of Tesla, and their recent work gives us some good insights on what may come next, which I will discuss in this thread. Most importantly, ARK published an article demonstrating research on solar battery Bitcoin mining. The research seems to hint at a Bitcoin use case for Tesla regarding energy provision and efficiency, one that Tesla's team mentions later in this thread. And the results are very promising. It might be, guys. It might really be that he's got such a plan and is just a mastermind and manipulating it all. Now, Bitcoin. Are the bulls taking over? Well, right now is really an interesting situation, huh? I mean, we've got so much speculation going about in the last couple of days. It's really breaking my mind, if you're honestly asking me. It's so freaking crazy, the amount of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and just people speculating on these matters. It's really mind-boggling stuff. It is getting so crazy. Now, right here, we got a double bottom for Bitcoin. Yes, we did. Perfect. Right there. This person is saying, if we take a look at the daily time frame chart for BTC to USD, we can observe that the price has formed a double bottom pattern, which indicates that a possible reversal is going to happen. There's a little fly next to my feet. Annoying. Moreover, we can see how the price strongly rejected the structure drawn on the chart, which signifies that the bulls have advantage over the bears. We will be opening buy positions and aiming for the target illustrated on the chart. The trade is a middle term one. Let's reach the target first before analyzing the chart again and making predictions on where it may move next. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, people. If you have any opinion, let me know as well. And what happened right now is pretty funny. We actually broke down below the structure again, right? So here you can see a little bit of a descending, triangle here. In a different sense, also just a trend line towards the downside. And we thought it was broken because they broke out. I always tell you guys, if you're going to trade such a breakout, usually you should wait for confirmation. Which basically means this is the breakout candle. You wait for another blue candle to come afterwards, and then you buy into it. Right now, we did not see that. It broke out nearly instantly. It fell back down nearly instantly, and so that was not a confirmation of our pattern. And so right now, we're still waiting. All right, there's nothing which we can say about this just quite yet. Still waiting. We did have a double bottom. Let's see if we get back to that area or not, though. And then here was another one from Vince. Bitcoin moving into decisive structure, possible scenarios. Some Bitcoin managed to hold the structure and bounce from the ascending support trend line, which is this bottom one, to form this local triangle formation. This is a structure more likely to form a breakout to the upside with a possibility of a 65%. Nevertheless, it is highly important to await the final validation before moving into this direction. So right now we bounce back up from there. We've actually been rejected at the trend line as well. So we have an A, B, C, D, E as of this point. Main descending channel formation. We have the wave E extension determination, which is a continuation of the wave from D to E, continuing on there. Remaining upper resistance can be found right at this area. We can see a couple of points. It's right around $48,000 for Bitcoin. And another one is a bearish breakout possibility if we go further below, or just basically following the pattern here, coming back down. Let's quickly check it out. We are, we're not actually indecisive at this point. This is the lower triangle formation, which we are most likely following this pattern hitting. If we're not going to break through towards 48,000, we are hitting back again at about 34,000 or so. Before then, again, making some decision. The problem with this type of stuff is this is all speculation, but there's nothing really valid behind it. It's like it's an idea, but is there any validity to it? Debatable. That's also one fun thing I often quote about XRP. Here's Dark Defender. Even though I like him as an individual, haven't really spoken to him personally, but I like his tweets. Dears, as we've seen, XRP tried $1.07 again and rejected. That's why we have resistances and supports. As soon as she breaks there, she'll continue the trend. I follow the same chart. XRP have not finalized her pattern yet. Our target $13 is clear, and I have zero doubt. Now, this last target here, I'm going to say yes, XRP can hit that. I've told you guys about that before. I do believe so. Once more, not financial advice, just my own opinion. However, this first part of, okay, we got rejected of $1.07, I don't know if you can actually, with enough certainty, say that it's XRP on its own getting rejected in those areas. I mean, if XRP is just on a really bullish trend and Bitcoin decides to take a poo, I mean, resistances, supports, and all this stuff don't really matter because it's going to break through anything regardless because of Bitcoin. And that's the most important part, I would say, is that I think even now, if you only follow TA for Bitcoin, nobody could have predicted that this was going to happen because you can't predict Elon Musk's statement like this, and you can't predict the majority of these things happening that regard the news. You can only do them if they're just fundamental and nothing really happens of too much significance or too much importance. If Bill Gates tomorrow says, I put 95% of my money into Bitcoin, you already know the price is going to go up. How many people did expect that? Nobody, right? Nobody did, except for the guy who actually bought it. And same thing for any negative scenario. You don't know up front. So the TA only works so far because in the crypto space, too many people are reliant on these small parts of news, and it's too influential. Just a really small amount of people can influence the price so much. It's such an infancy stage. We still need a lot more time before TA is going to work flawlessly because right now, one Elon Musk tweet apparently could take the entire market down by 10%. Yeah, if he's tweeting something about Apple, it's not going to do that much. It's not going to put a dent to that multi-trillion-dollar market like that, or let's say, the entire stock market. But right now, he can crash the entire market by a huge percentage just by tweeting something. It's interesting. Then again, guys, I believe XRP is going to do extremely good over a longer period of time. If you were to ask me, it's one of the best coins out there in terms of risk to reward, as I've explained a couple of times before, but okay. That was it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.